and then they would have Hokkien words mixed with it. But in this case, okay, so there's always a lot of code switching because it's very necessary code switching the grammar usage depending on the context for and then they would have Hokkien words mixed with it. But in this case, okay, so there's always a lot of code switching because it's very necessary code switching the grammar usage depending on the context for and Madrid Tagalog. So it's just a short demonstration naman. Okay, let's start.
It is a little bit difficult to listen to work the microphone, so just speak a little bit loud. Okay. So the scenario here, I like it, like yung mga middle business owner from the Korean, there are people if you have a business owner seeing you have your warehouse and store, what don't maintain and then upstairs their house. Someone that I don't like to say that right now, or like so this scenario about like wow. But in this context, this scenario, figure A, pouring of figure B, of an intending I cook, I'll cook. So it's just like for the dinner, full minute butter is.
Alright, and I would say, Di utiang kibo. Di utiang kibo.
Wala, para di ay.
Dapat di tio chú ý哦，OK， 你不注意看新闻，介我听去讲有新的方态嘅来。
Today, after pagpaptik is the pag-eat ay pagkaya sa tayo.
你讲对naman，你就知影，你就知影咯。往擺嘅方態常常是對對北部來 ，sorry 啊，對往擺嘅方態常常是對菲律賓北部來北部嘅來。但是這擺有global warming， 狀態是對南部來個幾多啲，siguro diretso bansa到Davao mismo。
Siguro sobrang safety sa people there.
Pahanap ka ha? Di所在quay dục truy di ba? Kuyang turing ha? Cho bansak cao tập ya.
Chính phủ về cải cách quân đội. Ako din parado siguro. Gua kay chun.
Quay dục truy di ba? Kuyang turing ha? Cho bansak. Sige ha? Basta di truy pahanap lo. Di kaingat le. Simchok ha?
Nagidikit. Buat saya Tosya di open to bridge for you guys. Basically, kind of a conversation. It's highlighting a mixture because I have Hokkien boy. It's basically kind of a okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed that one. I always observe my parents when they speak to their friends, their people around their same age group, acquaintances, and generalizing one. It would be something like that. Bro, I would question also, maybe a little pessimistic, but around my age group, majority, siguro, of the people around here is to speak like that. Well, there are a few naman who I know that we would actively encourage speaking the language. But then it came, maybe a little pessimistic, but around my age group, majority your parents. I'm already fourth generation, okay, for context. But if you think about it, the first generations, if they, hypothetically, they come from China, they come here to the Philippines, they don't know how to speak any English, siguro, or even Filipino. They would struggle speaking with locals here. But when they have their children here, their children are somewhat tasked to be the interpreters, the translators. Their parents know little knowledge of the local language, but their children can speak language, the local language here, but as well as even their parents' language. So there's a reciprocation between them. But when it comes to the third generation already, the children of the children, that's when the language somehow becomes optional already, and especially when their parents would encourage their children seek better opportunities, maybe in English taught schools, focus on their career and everything. Then that's when Lannang-uè somehow becomes optional to them. So, at this point, this question to you guys, a rhetorical question: how do we keep the language alive? Okay, that's it. I can take question and answers. You guys have the questions.
I request to work. Can you see the conversation again?
Sige.
I noticed that at the start, for Y, it says Lannang. And then at the end, you use Sientay. So my question is, we need to interchange the two. Because there's a guy that says Sientay. Very good.
Okay, going to that, the kana and the sem.
Nano di ay, Sientay di ay.
I don't know, in Manila, is there a Santay in Manila?
No.
Wala talaga. Over here, we can use both. But I feel like there's a subtle difference.
You
in the
think so
context. When you say like, Kala, dide ka na. Dide ka na.
what are you doing?
Never really, what's going on? What's going on here? When we say, you can use Santa as as a start of the question, Sentay did ani.
This kind of you can see it's more wine and
Yeah.
but the is in the conversation itself, just in this conversation, can you switch the two? That's the question. Just in that context. Like you can say tanalay or you can say start.
Pwede naman. Pwede. Yes.
Hello, can you hear me? Yeah. So I want to share now. A few weeks before, or maybe 2 months before the Lannang Symposium, I went around Monteverde Street. They went through each store. They're all Chinese stores in Chinatown. So I went through each store and I gave them a leaflet to let them know about the symposium, because I heard that it's not well advertised. So I went through each one. And I was very surprised. I sort of saw different generations. They went of Chinese. Some are first generation, and I can easily tell that they're first generation. And then afterwards, we also went to the churches and the temples and distributed these leaflets. So when I went through different generations, somehow I also will have to adapt to different generations. Like if it's the first generation, they were too interested. They say, we know that already. We don't need that. I mean, the worst case was when I entered, and this was not the first generation Chinese, because he was the son. Didn't bother to look at me and said, "We're not interested because I have nothing to do with business." Because when I go there, they say, "Well, what are you selling?" or something. It was always about business, no? And of course, the experience was very different from the temple or from the church, where they were more accommodating. But my question has to do with this, no? How then do you communicate or adapt when it's of different generations? Because I also don't know, with the first generation, do they quickly adapt to more of a Visayan Lannang, or they stick to a very Tiongkok mainland more of way of speaking? So because I tend to adapt if they don't include English or Tagalog, then I try as much as I can, because there are some words that I also cannot speak. And then if they are more mixed, then you want to sort of be more in tune with them, and so you somehow also begin to mix as well.
My personal opinion, if you said the first generation, right? Okay, and then how do you talk to them? How does he understand it? How does communication go? My personal opinion that each level should go into adjustment. The first generation, after they hear so much from the lower generations, they are able to adapt. And they learn from the helpers or from their tiamuan, from their, what is that? They will be able to adapt the dialect, the Visaya dialect. That's why they will be able to say something like that too, but maybe in another accent. Okay? Yeah. You went to Puyanguren, right? Okay. Most of the stores now are owned by people from mainland. So there's another adjustment there. Did I answer your question? And we not we are both smart. Agree or disagree? We are smart. We are quick to adjust. We are quick to learn. Right?
I have a few scenario that maybe some of you guys can demonstrate. Huh? How about when you see anyone show of hands kung anyone here speak Hokkien at home or with their parents? In the younger generation. Okay. Okay. Now, do you speak it as a conservative, in a more fair style, or do you mix it? We asked if you were what generation?
Range.
The words are the about this sticker down and about this down now.
Okay, we have some questions on that. How would you guys say it if I'm sorry, what was that?
It's okay if I call it. You want that dressing kasi. About this so.
Okay, we have some questions on that. How would you guys say it if I'm sorry, what was that?
That one, fifth, sixth time, I don't know. Wala, kasi as someone from Manila, I find interesting the differences. For example, of course, we don't say the I, we don't say first Yaya, the Dao, and the Paya, but so everything here, I think it's the same. There, we don't say the I, of course. Siguro, because the I in Tagalog is pala, Yaya, pala, di ba? So, do we say ka na pala? Kana. Kaya? I don't, actually, I don't. Para it doesn't, so, because in Tagalog, I can say, bakit pala? Pero I don't say, ka na pala. Yeah, I don't say it. Interesting, you know. You tiaki mo. And next, we don't say sientai. So, everything else is, I think it's the same. Yes. Next. Dito, tiyo naman. Oh, same. Di ko dito在呀，我拜嘅學界上地區入邊北方咧嘅，但是一擺有咧 global warming 學界第二對南部嚟個幾個年siguro diretso bagsak kao Davao mismo. The same. It's just ano the same. Pues siguro. So the uy is very Bisaya. The uy is very Bisaya. Hindi siguro uy. Pues yung Cindy. So if you say pues yung Cindy, it implies that I will never leave you. Kasi if I say ko boss yung Cindy, which one do you mean? Ko boss yung Cindy, no? Kaya. Siya mi coding. This doesn't sound smooth to me. What possibility? Siya mi coding. I would say kaya mo ko na. Bahala ka. That's the same as in Manila. Bahala. I mean that's just Tagalog. This doesn't sound smooth to me. What possibility? Siya. Is this street or is this all?
Very, very easy.
Easily. Yakoy. Oh, yakoy. Tungsi, diba? Yeah. Yung, yes. Diba? Okay, same. Although first, there's no biyang urin in Manila. So, tama, di ay, no? Tama. Easily. Yakoy. Oh, yakoy. Tungsi, diba? Yeah. Yung, yes. Diba? Okay, same. Although first, there's no biyang urin in Manila. So, tama, di ay, no? Tama. Abe, kay kwat punlo drainage pa. Yakole parado. Kwa kay tsumpi na lang. Wouldn't who? I would siyak. Kay hating binde. Sige ha. That's the same in Tagalog. Basta dito bahala. I wouldn't say that. Bahala. Basta di bahala. That sounds basta di bahala ako ha. Or 20 di ka ingat le jipchong ka. And then of course we don't say lagi. Yeah. Okay, lagi. Sige. Sige. So for the most part, me as someone from Manila, I feel like I will understand 95%. Although personally, this trip is the first time I found out that Chinoys in Davao say sientay. I don't know. I don't know who else says sientay because it's not, I haven't seen it anywhere in books. Because in Manila, we don't say sientay, we say kana. Kana ji. Yeah. So it's very cool na it's different. Yeah, it's probably siamitay ji. Because in Ebang, an older way of saying Y is mitay. Mitay, which is also from siamitay. Siamitay ji. So, parang they shortened it. Siguro also in Davao, it was shortened to sientay. First time, to be honest with you. I will ask my friends. Because I never thought of asking them this question. Oh, you're unique. If, you are in Iloilo. Okay. So it's not just Davao. Okay. First time, to be honest with you. I will ask my friends. Because I never thought of asking them this question. Oh.
I know, Mark, some of the shortcomings that I did when I was preparing the script. I understand that basta dito ay bahala to that part. You would use that if you are
Sometimes it doesn't work.
right.
Hirap.
For some reason, when it crossed my head and I was thinking this, it didn't make context. In the context, it should just be basta di bahala to. But like that's on your own accord, for your own benefit. Just do whatever na. Because if you put that way over there, then it means you're giving that person a position to do something that you want him to do. But it's a common way, there's a common expression that we talk, but just not in this context. Someone want to do like a free form playing over here? Let's give a scenario. How about haggling some price? Maghangyo taon presyo, hangyo presyo. Kasi gusto. Okay, just a quick demonstration. Wait, give me one. So who wants to demonstrate? Who wants to buy this? Buy it and first, who wants to click by the merch and haggle the price? This is 1,000 pesos. Yeah, let's start at 1,000.
Actually, I was wondering, since this is about it's about hello. I was wondering, since the topic is about Davao conversation, I thought, what if I ask you some questions on, because I'm also curious. There are things that we say in Hokkien in Manila that I'm pretty sure are from Tagalog. But at the same time, Davao is also exposed to Tagalog. So I'm not sure whether the things that we put, the Tagalog things that we put in Hokkien in Manila are the same as the words you put in Davao. So one thing, I can think of several, it's in my tablet. For example, one thing I can think of is in Manila, we say, nambe pano. Nambe pano. Nambe pano. So we say it last, lanbe pano. Or be pano no. Nambe pano no. First time. So you do not use it in Davao. So okay. So how would you say it in Davao if you were talking with Chinoys in Davao? So the translation is Ano ba? What's the translation?
We're more GI. The Davao Lannang is for more GI. So Lannang ano suang Lannang. It's like it.
Tapi answer hige mo ito. Bobo so de kung ano higit may
You're trying to express what are we gonna do? It's a big profit in
what I would think is dapat sayang no. Sayang. Other
Pangit na nana kita. So na ni bay.
Something is
You don't say it's sound.
Saon ba sa? Dito eh. Nagbe unsa? Example.
So, people from Manila in this crowd, you agree with me that in Manila people say, "Be, paano?" No? You don't say, "Be." Who is from Manila here? I don't know. you don't hear, "Be, paano?" Not "Be, paano?" You don't?
I hear your office you also say Hechua.
I get it. Pero, it's something that is understood in the Chinoy community in Metro Manila. If you say, "Na, be, paano?" No? Okay, so my next question is, this is kind of straight Tagalog, pero my dad says this often. Do you guys say, "Maski na"? Same lang. Parang, it's often the case when I tell my dad something like, he says no. And then I say, he says no to me. And then he says, "Oh, what if this happens?" Sabi niya, maski na. Maski na. Would you say that? Would you say that? At least in the context of Hokkien, I'm not talking about in the context of Bisaya. Would you say it's said like... Yeah, also, something like... sorry, I have to think of an example. Parang tumahimik bigla. Maybe something like, "I want to borrow the car." And then my dad says, "Oh, you're anya ba yung Sabi ko, but I really need it for this somebody parang, what if I don't use the car and then I don't get the I don't so somebody today. Maski na. Yes. It's like even if yeah, same with kahit na. Maski na. Yeah.
But you can say that, for example, if the son really wants the car, like, maski na, kuy tiamcheng dang, like that. Maski na yakin ng gabi eh. Then that way, you use it with that. Here's feeling. Then this cue, no. Okay. That's the other way
Next word. So I'm not sure if you guys use this in Davao because I'm pretty sure this is just from Tagalog because the Chinese from China do not use this. So, okay. So, this is very short. For example, Die. No. Not yours. Not yours. Die. So, what I mean is, it's your fault. Die. Yeah. It's your fault. Die. Yes. Do you understand it that way? Die. You do that? You don't haven't heard of it before? No. Different generation. It's interesting. People who speak Hokkien here from Davao, do you guys understand me if I said that? Die. Huh? Parang, I can use it in a longer sentence. Parang I wasn't able to come here. Because it was raining, so lokho parang salit lokho parang kapit lang. I can join you to go to a trip to Dubai because ko boji. Yes. Ko boji. Okay. Kaya.
Any last questions? So I'm glad everyone was able to join and listen to the Conversational Davao Lannang-uè. Hope you guys enjoy. Thank you.